we all know that exercise is good, but there are certain inherent challenges in embracing exercise in an MS patient, and they're the obvious issues of weakness. You know, what kind of exercises can I really do? Fatigue, well, I'm just so tired now. Isn't this going to make me feel more fatigued, feel more tired? I really just don't feel like doing it. The spasticity that can impact your ability to do certain exercises. Depression, just kind of bringing you down, making you not really want to engage an active lifestyle. And then ataxia, which is an uncoordinated imbalance or trouble with coordinated movements, making you basically unsafe with certain exercises. And so there are these challenges, but there are some obvious health benefits, and those are fairly commonsensical. There's weight loss, there's strengthening, there's improved balance, and as it turns out, there's improved fatigue as well. So some of these sort of old wives' tales about exercise causing fatigue and exercise causing the disease to exacerbate have been dispelled, and we know now that exercise does not cause any of those things, and that basically everyone who can exercise should. And nearly everybody can. And so not everybody can do the same exercises, but everybody can do some exercise. And so we are really trying to emphasize, at least in our clinic, a much more aggressive approach towards physical fitness and physical well-being through exercise. So when you look at exercise, there are basically two types of exercise. There's what's called resistance training, and then there's endurance training. So resistance training is what we all think of as weightlifting, okay? So exercises that are against a gradually increasing resistance, and these are basically designed to improve your muscular strength. It turns out resistance training is probably more important for MS patients than endurance training. I would have thought the opposite. So these are some of the exercises in the leg realm. Leg raises, lifting your leg up off, laying on your back and lifting them off the ground. Squats, doing deep knee bends, knee extension exercises, and then curling hamstring curls, and then lifting your leg up, standing knee raises. These are all things that are really, you can imagine they'd be very, very helpful in improving your gait and balance. And then for the arm exercises, they're kind of as listed there, curls and bench pressing and sit-ups and crunches. Endurance training is what we think, well, running is endurance training, swimming is endurance training, the treadmill is endurance training. And it's not to belittle the importance of this. This is very good for your cardiovascular health. Endurance training will improve your oxygen, your utilization of oxygen. It improves your sense of well-being. It improves your level of fatigue. But oftentimes it doesn't quite get your muscles as strong as they need to be to get out of the chair or climb the stairs and the like. So types of endurance training that have been studied in MS trials include these Aerodyne, the little Schwinn Aerodyne bicycle that has the arms going back and forth, and so you're pedaling and you're moving and your arms are going back and forth. That's the kind of exercise we're talking about, and it is very, very strenuous. So it's not that there's no resistance to that. There is actually some resistance there, but it is more of a buildup of endurance. And what we do know from studies of this kind of endurance training is that it reduces fatigue. So initially, it increases fatigue. You exercise, you get tired. But after about 15 weeks of continuous workouts, you'll get to a point where really you're much more fatigued without exercise than with it. And those of you who have friends who are big into the workout world, they'll tell you they feel just terrible when they don't get to exercise. Secondly, we know that measures of psychological health, measures of depression, all of these sorts of things are greatly improved with a continuous sort of program of endurance training. And so there's lots of good reasons to do endurance training, and there's lots of good reasons to do resistance training. Well, what about if you did both? Well, it turns out that the studies that looked at combined training are very, very positive. And so if you really want to take exercise on, what you'll do is you'll cross-train. So a couple days a week, you'll do resistance training. And a couple other days a week, you'll do endurance training. And then a couple days a week, you should rest. Okay, so the body does need rest. And you really shouldn't be exercising 24/7. That's not healthy. Stretching is important. So we talked a little bit about spasticity and how that can cause stiffness in MS. Well, it is true also that all of us really should be stretching, and that when we try to exercise without stretching, we're at greatly increased risk for injuries, And if you tear a hamstring or you pull an Achilles tendon, it really makes exercise not very palatable. In general, we need to not just exercise, but we also need to stretch. These are some pearls for stretching. You should probably do 10 to 15 minutes of stretching a day. It's really boring, I think, but it's important. You know, I think when we're in high school, we all kind of do these bouncy stretching exercises. That's bad. When you stretch, you really should get yourself into a position and hold it. Bouncing is bad, stretching is good. And you shouldn't be stretching so much that it's painful. So, you know, the old adage, no pain, no gain, is really not what we're after in terms of stretching. We want you to stretch, but we don't want it to be excruciatingly painful. That's not the point. So, bottom line with exercise, basically stay cool and hydrated. We all know that, that heat sensitivity is a big issue in MS, and that can be detrimental in the sense that it just makes you feel crummy. Heat does not cause MS attacks. Heat just takes an MS patient who was feeling good and makes them feel bad while they're hot, and then they feel good again when they're cool. But with exercise, start with baby steps in the beginning. Everyone can do something. So the whole point is really to try to figure out, well, what is your target? What is it you're trying to achieve? Do you want to walk better? Do you want to be able to get out of your chair? Do you want to run the marathon? I mean, what is it you're after? And then try to address those goals in a logical format. Just in general about wellness, I just wanted to give you some of the books that I've looked at when preparing for this talk and the talk I'll be giving next month. And basically, with this disease, you know, don't let the disease beat you. I mean, you need to be engaged, you need to be proactive, and just by dint of you being here, I know you're interested in doing everything you can to address your disease. So be deliberate about what you do, what you eat, and what you take. Prioritize what you do so you don't wear yourself out on things that are unnecessary. Try not to be quite so busy, but exercise and eat well, and of course, I wouldn't be a doctor if I didn't say take your medicine. So, so anyway, that's it. So thank you so much. I mean, that's what I have to tell you. Appreciate your time.